So, I have a problem. You see, this whole area around me is looking good. Except those guys down there. So let's go take care of them real quick. Also, PC, can you not? Jeez. Sounds like it's gonna explode over here. Anyways, after that little bit of an interruption, I have a few problems in my world. Starting off with the entire interior of this building over here. You see, I built a whole entire trading hall, and when you go inside, there is not much trading going on. So this is one huge thing that we're going to be fixing in this episode, is that we're going to be getting all this done. Secondly, I have an arrow in the back of my head, but that doesn't seem to be much of a problem. You see, looking around, this is very incomplete, but we'll be getting to that. You see, I need an iron farm around my area here, because we are on day 807 and we still have no, I don't know if that actually picked up. We have no iron farm right now. Okay, that's the biggie. We got no iron farm. We have no totem farm. We're on day 800. So those are two other things we're gonna fix. And the question is, how do we do that? The simple answer is a villager breeder that I want to manhandle myself. Oh gosh, this is gonna be fun. First of all, we have to get two villagers up here to begin with, and then take those two villagers and transport them up into here. So with a little bit of editing magic here, which window is still going to sit in? Okay, we're just gonna look over here real quick and pretend like this isn't gonna take an hour. Complete and utter editing magic over here. Let me mic up a little bit. I think that should be it. That actually wasn't too painful. I thought it was gonna be a lot harder than what it was. This design is by, let me check real quick. Rayworks, I believe. I think he's the original creator, so go look him up. It's just a very simple villager breeder, and it should require me to only use 3 bread or 6 bread. So we're gonna gather up a little bit from our wheat field right here. Alright, we got the bread right here. And let's see how well that this thing works. I guess we're just gonna try one at a time. Now do something. Okay, they're not doing anything. Do something, please. I guess I'm just gonna have to wait up top until they spew out a baby. Uh, Hopefully they spew one out. I don't know. I guess I'll be back whenever that happens. I don't really know if it is. Who knows? Hopefully it works. Oh yeah, it worked. Anyways, as that worked, I'm going to do a couple time lapses here and talk over it. Have you guys thought about liking and subscribing yet? I know this is such high effort content, but I mean, hey, I like doing it. This is fun. If you could, that would be awesome. But let's get the rest of these farms placed in, I think. I really have no idea what I'm doing right now. So yeah, just gonna place in a couple more farms while these villagers breed up. I have what I do so believe to be a fully operational villager breeder now. So the guys are up here, I feed them stuff. There was an iron golem that spawned up here. Yeah, that's might be a problem. Anyways, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna throw them some more um, bread and stuff here. I believe it's 6 each. And then I can come down here. I can flip these levers to make them come down, and then they can just chill down here. I believe this keeps them from roaming out, because they're all kind of just stuck in there right now. Nodding their heads at me. Okay, I see how it is. Anyways, that is that right there. My inventory is an absolute mess. Coming down here, let's start getting on some design process for what these holding cell stuff is gonna look like, really have no idea. So let's go and free riff something real quick just to get maybe like a base idea. I know I want to use this. I have an idea in my mind, but I don't at the same time. It's only ever after the time lapse that you come up with a better idea for what to do for something. So I want to be able to get up to this level up here, but I don't know exactly how to. I think we're going to do a ladder right here, and we're going to utilize some campfires on top here. We don't really need these buttons here anymore. I like to use the buttons for like design and depth and whatnot. Do I want it on the top row like this? To make almost a balcony type structure. Ow. Or is this too low here? I don't think I like that at all, really. Let's move it up one. I decided to scrap that and go for a little design like this. I don't even know what you would call this. Gonna need to come out by one more here. But just a little something right here that I can, you know, come up here and actually get the villagers on this side. Then we gotta place in some item frames so we actually know what the villagers are trading. And we need some more, it looks like. That's not a big deal. Yeah, it is, I guess. We're just gonna use some. Let's use some of this. Just go right in here. This way I can kind of, you know, put some materials in here that I know. So let's see, that would be like pumpkins, melons, beetroot, carrots, potatoes. We need one more for the wheat. I believe I have an extra barrel. Yes, I do have an extra barrel. You know, for free riffing this, I don't think it's turning out too horrible. And then over here, we're going to have 2 more villagers just for something. Let's see, where the other farmers at? So we're pretty much going to copy this design over to here, so I won't record that. It's going to be pretty straightforward, just me doing the same exact thing here, with maybe a little difference in whatever this little storage area here is, but that's nothing too crazy that I need to record. So let me get to doing that real quick. This is done now. Look at this. It's a little bit different. Didn't really make many design changes. I also started putting this in right here. I definitely do want a little bit of a trim along right here though. So that's the biggest thing whenever I'm building, is putting trims on these bare walls just makes things look so much better. And putting crenellations, whatever, this stuff up here, it gives the building more depth, although we do need to get some tuff real quick for this. I'm really trying to just utilize every single block I possibly can. That's kind of been my style recently, is just block spam. I mean, hey, it works. I mean, I think it looks pretty darn good. I think we're going to go for some of that chisel tuff at the bottom, or chisel tuff on the sides, and then polished throughout. So we can do like 4 of those. So what we'll do here, we'll just do 4. And what I mean is, like, I'll put 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And then what we got, 1, 2, 3, we got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, do we want to chisel? Oh, that's chiseled tough bricks. Oh, let's go with some chiseled. Oh yeah, the chiseled's all the way. Now we're just using the carpet to kind of break up the patterning a little bit. on the floor. I'm not really using it for any specific purpose. Oh, well, what? You can do that? That's cool. Okay. Anyways, so we got this all in place here. Let's go check on the villagers real quick. Alright, so we got some villagers up in here. These guys were really going at it. Okay. If I come down in here, these guys should be all born. Yes, yes, they are. So we can start locking in some trades, and then gotta find a way to get Zom down in here to a curing station area. Don't know how I'm gonna do that over here, because I don't want to block this out. Gonna have to figure something out there. But this is done in here. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm loving how it's coming along. We can place some tables in right here, just for the love of it. Make this table a little bit different. And I need a lantern in here, just for some decoration. Also, underneath these trapdoors, there's light, which is pretty nice. Where the heck's all my stuff? I know I had another lantern here somewhere. Or not. Okay, I guess I don't have another lantern. Anyways, I'll get some more stuff in here placed in. But the main focus will be getting some of the villagers all placed in here. That's gonna be fun. Is it the most efficient process? Hell no. Does it work? So let me show you guys how it works. So right now we start here, and I know this ain't gonna be looking pretty, but let's say we want some of these guys to come down. Come down, my friends. You guys, one of them's gonna stay up there, because there's a bunch in there. But essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna yoink one up. He comes over here, and then I roll him to get what I want. That is not what I want. Let's see if he gets it one more time. Actually, that is what I want right there. So, we got him right here. I yoink this up. I destroy this. And then I drop him down. I come over to here. I walk over here. Everything's all set up. And simply, I just place down the minecart again. It picks him up. He gets killed. After he gets killed, he gets sent off. And then he's in this right here. So, let me get the other... Oh, Anyways, as I was saying, I got another villager in here. And then what I do from here, I break the minecart, drop him down the trapdoor, and then I follow them all the way down here. This will be temporary right here. This is not going to be here for a long time. And then they drop down over here. Oh boy, do I need more rails? Do I have any more rails on me? I do not. And then I transport them all into here. So as you guys can see, I've been working, have them all master. The top trade is their first trade. The bottom trade is their second trade. So I think that's pretty cool. Definitely need some more minecarts. So I will be working on getting that all set up and whatnot in a minute, because I'm going to need to... there's no point. I guess I'm just going to have to come through here. Get all these villagers set into their places. It ain't going to be overly too hard. Just, you know, get them set in here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for right here. Got to do the same to over here. So once I complete that, I'll be back. And let's cut to me building up the cartographer area and the fletching area over here. I have no idea what I'm going to do for them, so let's see what I come up with. gonna go through the little design process here. So I did a little bit of off-camera work, I know. I'm just gonna get all these guys trade set in, and I didn't know they could sell item frames. So that's huge for me. I'm pretty sure he's the only guy who sells item frames though, out of all of them. So I think I'm just gonna put down that he's the guy who sells item frames. But we got a bunch of nice maps that we can explore later on and whatnot. Um, like a lot of maps, a lot of woodland explorer, a lot of trial chambers, lots of banners. I mean, insane amount of banners. Oh my god, I didn't know what to do with them, so I kind of just put them all in here. Bought some extra maps, so we have some woodlands places we can go to. Got glass storage, got some paper storage, got some compass storage right here. Have a map of my little city right now, and it shows where we are at the current. Um, yeah, this world is definitely coming together. This won't be the map that we use for the 100 days. The 100 days one, I mean 1,000, sorry, will be a little bit bigger. And we have some extra storage here. I think I'm gonna make this wool storage because I'm gonna put in the shepherds over here since we have banners right here. And for me, it just makes sense instead of making these guys Fletchers. We're not gonna have many though. Only gonna have like, let's see. But I don't want it blocking the, well, it already is blocking the window here, so it doesn't really matter too much. So it looks like we're gonna have we're gonna have 6 of them over here, and then I might as well come over here and get the fisherman in. I'm not gonna time lapse this, I'm just gonna start building it because it's pretty straightforward. You guys can already see the design for down here. I am gonna mix it up for the design up top, so that will be that one there, but for right here, this is just the design overall, just mix up block palette. It's I don't see a point in recording it, but hey, if you guys want to see me record something like this, like all the like, little finer details, that's okay, I can do it, but I just don't see a point. Also, I'm slowly adding some more stuff here into the build and whatnot, so little details. I added this, and I think that's pretty cool. I think it's very fitting. A little table, little flower pots, just little quality of life things. Anyways, let me get all these Fletchers and stuff in place and show what I do. After what was like an hour of work, I know this looks a little bare right now because I have to be doing a bunch of villager stuff, so this wall is not its final design here. But we have the fishermen, which are absolutely useless. Like, I don't really need any of these other than like the fish one, which I mean, I guess is good for me. I mean, it's not horrible. And I tried to enchant a fishing rod to get some of the salmon, and it was just not a fun experience getting this done. But at least we have a way to get rid of our cod now, so that's pretty nice right there. Gonna come over to the shepherds over here. Just gonna go through the trades that they have. These guys are actually not bad. We got a bunch of banners, a bunch of paintings, a bunch of beds, and we can get a bunch of different types of wool here. Just kind of going through what they got, and I can even sell my green dye, which is a banger. Gotta come up here real quick. So anytime I have a bunch of extra green dye and blue dye, gray dye, etc., I can sell it. He also sells green carpets, which is awesome. So I don't have to make those anymore. Got like a little area right here, a little crafting area. It feels a little bit of bare in here. Let's put some carpets in. I think that's what it's missing right in there. Where's my carpets at? I think it's in this one. Yes. But yeah, also I get gray carpets too, so that's pretty nice. So we have just a little bit of a carpet design right in here. Okay, that looks cool. And we can even place a little bit in this area right in here. It's kind of just like sporadically kind of breaking up the look in there. So next up, I gotta get all of the villagers for the Fletcher and whatnot in place. But I did not do that area quite yet because the Fletchers are actually important traders. So I figured, hey, if they're important, I'll show me kind of making the area for them. This is their area over here. I do have a few in place at the moment because I had a brain fart and accidentally made some. So we're gonna have 6 of these guys here. We're gonna have 6 butcherers and 6. Oh wait, Fletchers are over here. Then what the hell's over here? Oh, leather workers are over here. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So we're just gonna move these guys over here. Actually, no, we're gonna keep them here for now. I'm gonna get more of them set in place. These guys all are cured and whatnot. Um, so let's build up this area over here right now. How the hell am I gonna get this done though? Obviously, I kind of went and added these guys in because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna go overcomplicated, and then I just kind of built this up over here. Sorry about that. I just got lost in the sauce here, but I'm gonna wait till last to put the guys in right here because I do not have any farm for butcherer stuff, so that all the meats and things like that, I don't have availability to get it right now, but I do like how this came out here. I started experimenting with a little bit of the bamboo trapdoors, a little bit of copper in here. I changed out the, whatchamacallit, the stuff here with for, end rods and whatever that is. These guys are going to be a pain in the butt to upgrade and whatnot, so we're just going to leave them here for right now. There's no really reason for me to really use these guys at all, because I don't have any reason to. And this area up here is empty. Uh, might possibly use it for something in the future, but who knows? It's nothing as of yet. I'm keeping it empty up there just in case I decide I want something. But yeah, so really we got everything around here. Placing some armor stands, and I did come down here. I placed in my red banners right here for the seat covers, and I placed in 2 armor stands over here. That's done there. Time to get the most painful one I gotta do now, which is the librarians. These are gonna be a pain in my butt for sure, but that is a-okay. Let's go get a design whipped up for the entirety of this one over here. And I don't know how I'm actually gonna get across. I haven't quite yet figured that out yet, but I'm sure I'll get something figured out. I'm just gonna put that there for right now. Gotta fill in this wall too, and maybe make a little bit of a design over here, but let's get that area over there sorted out now. First off, I'm starting with the frame right in here, just getting everything kind of placed in. Next up will be the roofing pattern. making it look like this over here just to give it a little bit more depth. Probably gonna place the little end rod lights in last. Let's get a little crafting area right here set up. Something a little bit like this, just enough to kind of make it look different. And maybe do I want some... nah. We keep this right here as it is. Now, what do I want? Do I want this to all be different librarian things? Or do I want something else right in here? I don't know exactly. Um, Let me do some designing over here. I know for sure this is gonna be 3 different villagers right in here. Over here, this is gonna be 3 different ones in this area, and there's gonna be 3 different ones over there. So what? That's 9 total books. Let's just go 9 total. Let me just make a note. So we're gonna have 9 total villagers in here. I'm trying to think how I want to approach doing these 2 areas right in here. Do I want villagers here, or do I want something else? Like maybe a sugarcane farm or something, just to look kind of cool. Actually, that's a good idea. Alrighty, that was that right there. Where's my mic at? Oh, it's right here. Alright, sorry about that. That looks pretty damn good. I did kind of forget that there has to be a villager over here. So we might only knock it down to 2 of these guys on each side. I'm not too worried because, yeah, mending, unbreaking, and efficiency will be right there. And we also have this whole side right over here to put a bunch of villagers in, so I'm not too totally worried about all that there. Might use this side for something else. Who knows what? But coming to over here, let's make up a little bit of a area for just like a mock-up of what the villager area is going to look like. Let's start by taking these down. overall, I am pretty happy with how this one here turned out. The reason why is I still want to be able to see out these little windows here a little bit without having the villagers be able to travel in and out, so these trapdoors kind of keep them from doing that. I like the little addition of the painting up there. I think we're gonna need to put some... some of these bad boys right in here. Just for some decoration. Yeah, that's coming together there. Let me tackle this side over here. Overall, very happy with this area right here. Also, let me know if you guys kind of like that style of building there, like where I kind of like do little jump edits and whatnot. If you guys like that, yeah, sure, let me know. But if you don't, then alright, I won't do anymore. Um, and also, I want to leave this area here empty. If you guys have any ideas of what I want to put in here, if anyone actually watches this long, best idea I'll put right here. But for the meantime, I'm going to leave this blank. Except this. That's the only decoration right there right now. Anyways, let me move my shulker boxes out the way to replicate this design over here. Alrighty. Ooh, I forgot to turn my shaders on. Give me a sec. Here we go. So as these guys right in here kind of get all done there, we're going to drop down over to see what I kind of been doing over here. Just want to take a look at the... Ah, crap, I forgot to get up this way. So I don't have a stairway up yet, which is probably not a good idea. Actually, I don't have any way to get up, do I? Ah, shit. Alright, well, that would be a problem for later me. Anyways, so over here we have this area right here where I made this little thing right here. I don't know what to call this, but anyways, it helps me get over to this side right here. We got all the villagers in place, and I want to show off just some of the enchants. We got some density and breach from this guy. I believe this one has, or is it this one? No, one of these guys. They have a better enchant for like breach yet, breach 4, and got a bunch of just overall good enchants. These are my main guys. Got my other guys over here. So we're chilling in this aspect. And as of right now, I am working on the masonry area over here. So I'm gonna keep working on this right in here. I'm not gonna time lapse it because it's very, very cramped in here, unfortunately. I didn't really think that through too much. But yeah, I guess I'll cut to whenever I'm kind of done with this lower section here. Also, I don't think I ever said why I've been using barrels instead of chests in this entire building here. So let me go over the reasons for that real quick. So starting off, as you guys can probably tell, there are a good amount of villagers overall in this area right in here, which normally wouldn't be a problem until you take into consideration how many entities that actually is. You see, with how many entities it is, it's getting pretty up there right now. And if I have a bunch of chests in this area here, then all that entity stuff is going to shoot up beyond God knows who knows. That made no sense right there. I need to think about my words before I speak. So seeing as barrels don't count as entities, that is going to hopefully help reduce the lag on my world. But I am putting item frames on the barrels, so I don't necessarily know how much it's gonna help, so it might not be much. But hey, something is definitely better than nothing. Anyways, I did change up the floor plan here with the villagers. I'm putting the masons on the top and the clerics on the bottom. And of course, there we go. So, end designs over here, we got all of the clerics in right here. All of these guys in up here. Yes, there are a lot of them. Yes, these guys here are all maxed out, so are these. And then I decided to go ahead and just bang out over here. So all of these guys are getting placed in right here. I'm not quite done yet because it is getting a little bit expensive. But end goal emeralds right here. Look at that. I have some more villagers breeding up at the moment. And up here, this will be the map room in which I do a map of the entire completed city here whenever I complete it. So we're going to be leaving this room up here blank for now, but all these guys over here are just here. I mean, not really much more than that. We got this armor bin here. We got the barrels for all the individual items I might need for tools in the future. A little bit of diamond storage, not much, don't really need too much. So definitely got those guys going there, and I figured I've already spent almost 100 days doing this, so let me get started on that iron farm. I am going to quickly clear out my shulker boxes here, but let's get started on that farm layout. I don't know who I want to use just yet. So it looks like I will be using Waddle's, one of his farms. Awesome YouTuber, go look him up. He makes some of the best farms in the game. I am not gonna lie. I'm just gonna be using his iron farm design because it looks fairly simple to do. And what I'm going to do is, give me 1 second. Let me show you guys where I'm gonna be at. Just so my PC stops trying to blow up over here. What I want to do is I want to make a huge tower right here, and then eventually make it in line with the cathedral here, so it has kind of like a bridge connecting it over. So what we're gonna do is we're going to, in fact, build it right here. But I do need to check. Oof, this might not be a good place to build it, because he said that it has to be above ground but within a certain amount of blocks. You know, we might be able to make it work. We might be able to make it work. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it work here. So let me try and do this. I'm not gonna time lapse it because this video is already long enough. We're just gonna make it appear over here. So editing magic once again. It may not be the most efficient thing in the world, but it definitely works. So we got the iron farm here. I did create this little outline out of it because I do want to make a build here eventually. But I do think it's time for me to tackle the last problem that I have in this episode, and that is the fact I don't have any totems. And instead of making a raid farm, I decided that would be a little bit too overpowered right now. And I don't don't necessarily want to be super overpowered. And seeing as I have a bunch of Woodland Explorer maps, I get what, like 3 to 4 totems per? Which is all I'm really gonna need. I don't really use totems that much, just in general. Like, I mean, I've lasted this long without any. What's gonna change? So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and find this explorer. Now, if I'm using my coordinates right, I need to go positive Y? No, positive X, I believe, and negative, no, negative X, positive Z. So I need to be going this way and this way. So I need to go in this direction over here. Let me do some exploring now, and I'll get back whenever I actually arrive at the Woodland Mansion. And I think you guys already know what we're going to do there. So we'll keep it simple. Also, I was insanely wrong. I forgot that the top portion of a map is north. So I have to go northwest. Here we go. I'm just going to put the places in my offhand. Alright, time for me to fly now. This is going to be so fun and exciting. And fun. And exciting. Although I did find this shipwreck right here, so we're going to loot it real quick. Got some TNT, got some paper. Not too good. Gotta get that treasure chest real quick. Come on, come on. Just gonna get into here real quick. So if I find anything like this, I guess I will explore it. Where the heck is this chest at, dude? What? And I guess while I'm at it, I should probably bring a nether portal with me just to get back a lot easier. So I'm not running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And it starts raining. Anyways, now I will meet you guys at the mansion. I was completely brain farting on the name of it. How can I forget the name of the... Okay. I need to get some sleep. Nothing to see here. Nothing in the slightest. Oh. Well, this rain really helps. I mean, I could always go inside and get a bed. But we're just gonna see what this does. While it's burning, I'm just gonna kind of come in here on the top floor, maybe work my way down and get some of these bookshelves and just overall little bits of loot real quick. Not too much gonna happen here. Is this seriously none of the guys in this top level here? Also, isn't there something in the chicken's butt? Alright, I guess not. I guess I just opened up the chicken's butt for nothing. I could have sworn there was a guy up here. I could have sworn there was. There has to be. I guess not. The lava should be flowing through the place by now. So, let's go to the second level. Because that's the third up there. Hello? Hello? Okay, these guys hurt a lot. They hurt a lot. They hurt a lot, they hurt a lot, they hurt a lot, they hurt a lot, they hurt a lot. Oh, jeez. Get out of here. Okay, maybe I am severely underprepared to take this on. Also, why aren't you burning anything, dude? I don't have fire tick off. Burn! There we go. Okay, now we're walking, I guess. Jeez, I suck at this. Well, I did in fact, I was able to get him and I got my first totem. But these little vexes are just running away from me. Get down. Okay, first vex kill, we got that there. Sorry I wasn't able to show it too much. Come on, dude. I hate these things. These things are so annoying. There we go. Well, we got our first totem. That's Banger. Just gonna put some of this stuff into the shulker box real quick. Stuff that I don't necessarily need. And the place is still on fire, it's burning down. Not really much else though. So maybe we can find an armor trim in here? That would be awesome and lovely. I legitimately think there's only one evoker, I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. Because there is nothing else in this place. There's only one guy? I could have sworn there's 3. I could have sworn there was. I mean, I can't be tripping right now. There's no way. Let me try just going into this part here. There's gotta be more. Anyone? Oh, hey. I don't know. Although these chest rooms are mighty nice. I'm getting a bunch of chests, so still a win in my book. Whoa, didn't know I can get resin clumps. That's pretty neat. I'll definitely take that. Maybe I can make a resin farm. Who knows? Well, that is one armor trim down. So I'm gonna say that this has been really successful so far. Let's see if there's another one in here. Please be another one. Oh, let's go. Don't only need piercing 5. It looks like there was only one of the guys that spawns Vexes. So we have one totem, but that's not a big deal. I still call it a win. That means we can escape death a total of 1 time. Which doesn't seem like much, but I mean, in reality, it's definitely a lot. Because, I mean, I don't really get into near-death situations very much, especially since my armor is just that. Yep, I'm gonna call the episode here. Hope you guys enjoyed. We got 3 problems, we got this done, and we still have the availability to make a farm for totems, but I just don't see the point in doing it right now because it's going to take away from the fact I don't need to go into my trading hall anymore to get emeralds. And I don't really want to do that. I don't want to take away the use of one thing and replace it with another. So I'm going to get totems the right way. Which is crazy to say. Like, getting something the right way? Me? Pfft, who would ever? Oh, I mean, I guess I could just do raids overall. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Yay!